Don't ever do that. It's
Oh
never
yeah.
That would never cross my mind ever.
Just
like
saying.
that me that you even thought of that.
Wait, I did that too in front of a fire station.
Why?
Yeah.
It was just the thing in the 90s,
That
I
is
guess.
so.
It was a thing in the 90s.
Strange. I can't even wrap my head around that. That's insane.
All right, so we're back, and we're talking about parenting. And Sarah last week had the brilliant idea of bringing on two of the most beautiful, most charming, amazing Gen Zers, Maddie and Caroline. Welcome, ladies. Welcome to the table. We're glad you're here. But we're talking parenting. And actually, it sounds like the girls, Sarah, have prepared more than we typically do. They have prepared some questions for us. So who wants to go first?
Not it.
Will.
Caroline. All right. So they're going to ask us some questions, it sounds like. And we have not really kind of seen some of them. Some of them we haven't. But they're going to ask some questions. We're going to answer them and then see where it goes. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Caroline.
Wait, are we asking you the same question back?
No.
No. Okay.
Do we have different questions? Okay, cool.
Oh, okay.
Okay. When you guys were our age, what was your favorite TV show?
Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh.
your age?
Let's see. Well, Caroline, how old are you?
14.
14.
So when I was
So
in ninth grade,
Okay. But teenage-ish.
I think, Dawson's Creek.
Dawson's Creek.
What is that?
Did you hear what
Katie Holmes, where Katie Holmes got famous.
I also don't.
You
know.
don't
Who?
Katie
All right,
Holmes
well,
was
we're
married
off to a
to
good
Tom
start.
Cruise. Now she's with Jamie Foxx.
Oh, I know. I was watching a video on Jamie Foxx today.
All right. So,
Okay.
Dawson's Creek.
Dawson's Creek, that's a
And
good one.
Saved by the Bell before that. In eighth grade.
See, that Saved by the Bell was my answer. Although
Yeah.
when I was a little bit, that was probably, no, I probably still watched that when I was 16, 17. So,
What?
24.
Yeah.
You have to pick something
The college years.
you can't copy.
So, okay, I'll give a different answer then. When I was 17, I have no idea.
Oh, wait a second. No, it works out because I was 14 in 15 in 1997. So we're actually talking about the same year. That is wild.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So
I watched
yeah,
a lot of baseball
Hmm.
at that age.
Sports.
So I was
Yeah.
Well, it's just
sports.
Like a show.
Short ball.
it's not a show, Maddie said. That's what I watched when I was in high school. Your turn.
Okay. Okay. This is like the same format, I guess. Like when you were our age, what was like your guilty pleasure type thing? It could be like, it could be a show. It could be like a game or something that you like collected or I don't know.
When I was 17 or so, when I was a teenager, we'll just put it that way. So this is kind of sad. The more I think about it out loud, but we used to go to my grandparents' house every Friday night and we would play like cards and like board games and that kind of stuff.
That was
Friday night. Every single Friday night.
That sounds
sad.
awful.
But
wait,
super
that's
fun.
your guilty pleasure? Or
I didn't say it was a guilty pleasure.
Well,
I'm waiting for the beat to drop.
Yeah. What?
Well, I would say that
What's
I did enjoy it. It was fun. I wouldn't want to like tell my friends that I'm hanging out with my grandparents again. But
Yeah. Okay, well, my guilty pleasure
board games.
was
Yeah, answer.
Okay. There you go.
Oh. Is that, I don't know if it's guilty.
Board games with your
grandparents?
grandparents.
Because it was with grandma? Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So mine was like the opposite of that. So we had, all the channels and we weren't allowed to watch MTV. But on the remote, I would watch MTV and then I would press the back button twice
Ooh.
to skip back 2 channels whenever we'd hear my dad come.
Oh my
Living on the edge.
And then,
Woo!
and sometimes it would like click back to like C-SPAN and stuff, and I would just be like, "Oh hey."
Awesome. That's a good one.
So C-SPAN, MTV, yeah, which is not even bad compared to
Right.
compared to
Compared to what? I don't know.
yeah.
I was hanging out with my grandparents.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, Caroline, what you got?
Okay. Celebrity crush.
What was that?
Celebrity crush.
Oh,
When you were ours.
Hmm.
Not now.
not now.
Daniel.
So,
Sorry, I don't know what we're talking about.
Honestly, I didn't have one. NSYNC and Backstreet Boys were super popular during my time, and I honestly thought they were a little cheesy, and I just was never into like celebrities, I guess. It's not a good answer, but
No.
I didn't have.
No.
Should you press a little harder, Caroline? Like, come on, give me a little something more. No.
I don't. Do you
Like-
want to go into journalism? Because I'm thinking no.
So that actually, because you asked that question, then it also reminded me of another TV show that I watched. So I watched Boy Meets World.
Yes!
And
I
I
love that.
Topanga for sure.
No.
And Melinda knows it, so I have to answer truthfully because she will listen. So yeah,
You know what? I like the boy on Boy Meets World.
there you go.
Corey.
Corey? Yeah.
That's
Corey.
mine?
I like
Corey
I like
Look at
Matthews.
me. Wow.
Maddie.
Wow.
I know.
Maddie bringing the heat with the
Mhm.
Boy Meets World
Exactly.
knowledge.
I liked Sean. So.
Sean. Oh yeah.
Oh, Sean
He
is
was the
yeah,
bad
he's
boy.
good.
Maddie
Yeah.
likes the bad boy.
Well. All right. Next question.
Moving on.
Oh. You can't peek.
Why
Stop
not?
peeking.
Why can't I peek?
Okay. Next question is when did you get the most in trouble?
Wait.
But you don't like when you were young.
Mm-hmm.
When was like something that you were like in really big trouble for?
Really big trouble.
Wait,
I was
can I-
never. I was pretty good little boy most of the time, but I got grounded pretty hard for my first speeding ticket. Kind of
Oh,
boring.
yeah.
But yeah. I got in trouble for that.
Rebel.
Driving 71 and a 55. Yep.
That's kind of a lot.
Wow.
It's not that bad.
Oh.
Not like 90.
Yeah.
Okay. So I got grounded for that.
I was really naughty,
Oh,
but I didn't get caught, so
So you didn't get in trouble. You're good.
I wasn't in trouble.
Good answer.
What should
Good
you
answer.
have gotten in trouble for?
Oh,
What should I have gotten in trouble?
Yeah.
ooh, that's a better question.
much better question.
Yeah.
I do remember coming in. This is when I was a senior in high school. I remember coming in. It was like a Monday or Tuesday morning, like a school morning. I came in the house at like 5 a.m. after being out all night.
Mm.
And I was expecting to just walk right into the house, right into the living room, and like go upstairs and like go into bed. And for some reason, my mom was up early with my sister doing
Oh.
her math homework with her. I bust through the door and I was like, ah! And my mom like turns around and I'm in my clothes from the day before and
Oops.
my sister goes, "Oh, hey, Sarah." She's like, Mom, I asked her to move my car for me because it was parked behind you guys, and she covered for me.
Wow.
And I just like stood there and I couldn't say anything, and then I was like, yeah. And then I went upstairs.
That's awesome.
But I think yeah. Well, she let me know after that. She was like, "You owe me." I was like,
I bet she did.
yeah. Yeah.
That's such a sibling.
But I think my mom knew. Moms are always.
Moms usually know. I have learned that.
Yeah.
All right.
So I know all the tricks.
Okay.
I
So
know all
no
the
sneaking into the house, Caroline, at
I
5 in the
know
morning.
sneaking into the house.
Good question.
What advice would you give to your past self, or
Ooh,
what
okay.
would you change, or something like that?
I like that. What advice would I give? I would say don't pressure yourself into figuring everything out so quickly. And I think Sarah and I talked about this last week. So early in life, it was like you got to know what you want to do with your life and your career and all that stuff. And so I would say give myself some grace and time to figure things out, not feel pressured by just all of the other outside things, or even within myself. It's probably the pressure came more from within than anywhere else.
Right.
Yeah, give myself a little bit more grace and time to figure things out. Patience, maybe.
It's a good answer.
Thank you. Some of these I really should have seen because I could think a lot harder about it, but
That was a good answer. That felt thought out.
yeah.
I like that my younger self was pretty, I didn't really care too much of what people thought.
Mm-hmm.
But not in a mean way. I think just I was pretty, I think sometimes it can come off as naivety, but
Mm-hmm.
even especially at my age now, I'm very much like I was when I was 18 in some ways. I think as you get older, it can come off as being a little naive, but also holding on to some of that is nice because you're not burdened by what other people think about you. And not in the way where don't think about social norms. I'm not saying that, but you if you want to go do that new job that you're thinking of at age 20 or 40, go do it. Or if you want to try out for that play, I tell Caroline, just do it. Who cares if it's the nerdy group or the whatever, fill in the blank, or if it's kind of the unexpected thing. I think that's cool. I honestly probably would have gotten married later and had kids. I mean, obviously I had kids younger, but if I didn't have kids, and I like having kids young now, but I think what I thought what I wanted to do was go live abroad or in a big city and then maybe get married and have kids when I was 30. So I just, I guess, stayed open. I don't know if that fits, but I was just, I didn't do what I thought I was going to do. And that's okay.
Yeah.
My life took a different path.
Yeah, I would tag that to say, as much as you want to plan things out, know that the path is going to shift. The things aren't always going to work out. And so be okay with that. And then just another thing for me, and Maddie and I have talked very little about this, but I know with her school experience, I think for me, I grew up in a private school my whole life. I went to a small private Christian school, and I'm really grateful for everything that I experienced there. I could have been more kind as a person. Not that I was a mean person. I never felt that way, at least, but I think more inclusive, more accepting to all kinds of people, because I lived in a bit of a bubble, that I could have been more just open-minded about other things. But at the same time, you're 15, 16, 17. It's you aren't always afforded that opportunity or don't have maturity to do that. But looking back, that's the advice I would give myself, at least, is just to stay open and open-minded and just.
You know what's interesting though? Our parenting our children, that's also what we prioritize when we talk to them, and they can talk to us about that. My parents, it just wasn't on their radar to even have those discussions. So that's also kind of a difference because the fact that Maddie can talk to you guys about that is so different. I wish the same thing, that I would have been more intentional with my relationships in high school and college, but I just didn't even have the vocabulary to I don't even know, have those thoughts. Whereas Caroline and Maddie, these are the issues that they're talking about. I was just a potato. I was just going to school and and then coming home. I really didn't have much more thought other than that.
Yeah. That is so true. I think yeah, I know there are some other questions you guys have, but it's
They're
something
more socially
definitely.
conscious and,
Absolutely.
at high school and also just in society. They're way more conscientious
Yes, you're right. It was just we were just kind
than we were. Yeah.
of
We were
living it
just
up,
yeah,
trying
we
to
were
find
just like,
TV on the.
okay.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. What do you hope that we won't do?
Your turn, Sarah.
My hope is that you're not hateful and that you're wait, something I hope you don't do, like murder someone.
That's a
Don't.
good.
I guess
Maybe more
unless
like that you did.
oh, that I did.
Yeah. We were trying to get like some
Yeah, I
some
got
like
you.
fun
Some
stories.
juice?
You want
Yeah.
some?
Oh, okay.
Are you looking for
Um,
bed?
Yes.
Dang.
Like not sneak people into the house while I'm sleeping. Like I would just say, just tell me, like we can have a sleepover.
Wait, are you saying that you did that?
Yes. Also don't drive under the influence or go to strange people's houses and parties. Like let someone know. I even tell Ava, who's in college now, just like let me know. I honestly don't care. Like there's no judgment there. I would
Right.
rather know
Yeah.
and have silent judgment and just know that you're safe than get a phone call from like a police officer at 9 a.m. saying we found your daughter's body or something. Like I would much rather that, like know, and even like say, hey, let me call you an Uber or something, than
Right.
not know where you are and that you're in an unsafe space without an adult knowing, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess it comes down to that safety.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. We've had.
Oh,
Oh, there's there more, Sarah? You have more
yes.
confessions?
I think when it comes to dating, a lot of like trauma results from dating, because you are dating people with like under brains that are not fully developed yet. And I was in that position and there was just a lot of trauma from that, just inherently. And I mean, we've already even like
Oh yeah.
experienced a little bit of that, but like it's just not worth it to me. It's like yawn, pass.
Yeah. I do think that kind of what you were saying about if you've gotten yourself in trouble, or if you're in a situation that that we wouldn't necessarily approve of, at this, like exactly what you said though. It's like we still like the honesty, the like we're looking out for you. We want you to be safe and take care of you. And so if you've made one bad decision, don't make another bad decision by not saying something, or it's like,
right.
We'll deal with the one bad one. Okay, we'll deal with that, but don't keep making bad decisions by trying to lie about it or cover it up, or just like let's get it out in the open. Let's deal with it. Yeah. And then I think for me, like something that I did, well, there's a couple, but one funny one, like don't go streaking. Don't ever do that. It's never.
Oh yeah.
That would never cross my mind ever.
Just
like
saying.
that baffles me that you even thought of that.
Wait, I did that too in front of a fire station.
Why?
Yeah.
It was just the thing in the 90s,
That
I
is
guess.
so
It was a thing in the 90s.
strange. I can't even wrap my head around that. That's insane.
Yeah. Don't do that. There's no need.
Yeah, don't.
Not
It
necessary.
sounds like you're not.
Yeah, I'm not planning on it.
No. I think it skips a generation.
Yeah, that was a generational thing, I guess. But then, so Melinda and I, we dated in high school. She was 15 and I was 16 when we started dating. And, for us, and Maddie, we've talked about this before, so she probably knows some of the things I'll say, but we dated throughout high school, and it worked out for us in the end. Like, we got married and now have 3 kids, and it was great. Is great, not was great, is great. But, and we've talked, she and I mean, this is something we've talked a lot about. Like, it did work out for us, but I wouldn't recommend it necessarily, just because, we missed out on a lot of other experiences, just even with other relationships. Like, when we started dating, it was like we cut most everyone else out of our lives. Not for any person. I mean, it was just like we liked hanging out and we wanted to spend.
Intentionally, right.
Yeah, it was like we wanted to spend time
Yeah.
together. And we missed out on a lot of things because we were kind of just so into each other.
Yeah.
And then that kind of not spiraled, but like most of the decisions that I made from that point on, I was thinking about her with the decisions I made, whether college or where to go, what to study, all of those things. And I just highly warn anyone making like major decisions based on just one other person,
Exactly.
If you're meant to be, like, it will work out, but it's like you have to follow the path, what I believe that God has for you. If nothing else, like what do you want to do with your life? Like, if you want to, as me and Maddie's talked about, studying abroad, like if you want to do that, then go do that. If you're dating someone and like they don't want you to, well, don't not do something amazing because you need to spend time. You want to spend time with this person. So again, worked out for us, but there's a lot of things that, looking back, I wish we could have done a little differently too.
Right. Yeah, I wish my parents would have been a little bit more, like, walked me through some of the thinking more, because I think boomer parents tended to be kind of very much like, don't do this or don't do that, and then that was it. Like, I didn't hear from them after that, and I'm like, wait, but how does that work? Like, what do you mean don't, like, why? It was very much just like, this is how it is, or
this is the
do
rule.
this, don't do this. Yeah, and definitely, like, with our kids, I think we talk through things more, and give context of, like, why we're saying this. Yeah, I wish I had more guidance from them. Now I will say to my parents, like, why didn't you say anything about that? Like, that's weird. Like,
yeah, I do I think we did talk about that last time, as far as just, and I hope that we've done a decent job. Maybe we'll find out in a few minutes, but that we have, like, we do try to talk about things and like have more open dialogue versus like, this is the hard, fast rule. This is why, whether it's this is what, the Bible says, or this is what, these are the rules of the house, which are all good things, but how is this, what is the long-term effect, which some things we still don't know about, with social media and all that stuff, but things that we do know, at least we can say, okay, this is like, if you make these decisions, this is the path you're going to kind of end up on, and it's not what's best for you. Whose question was that? I've already forgotten.
Maddie's turn.
Maddie's turn. Oh yes.
Oh yeah. Okay. What's a family tradition? This is kind of a two-parter. What's a family tradition that you really liked, and that's kind of like unique or something? And then what's one that you like hated?
Oh, okay. Well, I already said the one. Like, I enjoyed going to my grandma's Friday nights. I had fun with it.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound cool, but it was fun. What is happening?
That's cute. That's cute.
And what was the second half?
What's one that you didn't like?
Oh man,
I wrote hated. So
hated.
It's kind of extreme.
Such a strong word. Jeez.
Oh, wait. Are you priming the landscape for telling your parents something you don't?
No.
We did talk when me and Caroline FaceTimed. We talked like a little bit about how we would answer this question, but we couldn't figure out anything good because. Like,
so okay.
So there's not a lot of
Yeah. Hate is a very strong word.
Yeah.
But I use very sparingly. So let's be very clear about that. I hate. Yeah, I'm not gonna say hate. I don't hate. There was nothing that I hated. Never.
That's good.
Never. I had a great childhood, Mom and Dad. But I think that we kind of, my parent, and they do listen, and so I want to be honest. but also careful with my words. They're pretty simple folk, you know, pretty calm, kind of like their routines. And I think especially as I have grown up and just the family that I married into and just the life experiences that I've had, you know, since then, I've seen a lot more of the world. And so we kind of like our traditions were like for vacation, like we would go to the same like 2 spots basically. Like we'd go to the beach. It's about a couple hours from here, and we go to the mountains that are a couple hours from here.
Oh.
So it's like, Gatlinburg,
and
Pigeon
Myrtle
Forge,
Beach.
Dollywood. We went to Dollywood.
That's fun.
It's pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm.
And again, like those are like amazing times, right? So it's like I'm not complaining about that. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more, but you know, I've enjoyed getting to take you guys to some new places. So, just that it's almost that tradition routine. It's like we were very like routine. So like for Christmas, it was always like the same thing. Like we would go do the Christmas thing at my parents' house.
So it's like too much tradition.
It was like
almost.
so many traditions. Like
That's
it was
interesting.
just like the routine that we did.
That's like,
And I kind of like a little bit more, and I think some of that is just the person that I'm married to.
Yeah.
It's like she likes
I
adventure
know. I was
and
gonna
doing
say
different
that's
things.
so weird because that's like complete opposite. I feel like for us now, it's like nothing is the same, like ever. It's
Right.
like- well, what I was talking about with Caroline, it was like it was hard for me to answer that question because it's like we don't have traditions because every year is something else.
Yeah, we kind of mix it up.
So it's like that's
well, like
why
my parents live in the same house like when I was a kid. So like the exact same house. So like, you know, and so like it's just that's who they are and what they've done. And so like I lived in the, you know, obviously in the same house until I went to college, and then so even in Seattle, like we moved 3 or 4 times just there, you know, in the few years we were there, and then we moved a few times here too. So that's the best answer I can give.
Good job.
But I don't hate any of it. It was all great.
Yeah, right. And I don't think you knew any different either. Like, we didn't know any different. So when I, like compare our parenting or them to like what we grew up with, like at the time, like that's all you know. So like, it was great. Yeah. I mean, tradition, I remember going skiing with my dad on Saturdays. Like we would wake up at like 6 a.m. My mom would like pack us a lunch and send us off for the day, like the whole day. And it's funny because as an adult, I'm like, oh, I'm on to you, Mom. Like, I know what you were doing. You were getting us out of the house all day. Yeah. Bye. Have fun.
See you tonight, maybe.
Yeah.
You don't have to come.
Or just
I like that. I know. Traditions. Yeah, we didn't have a lot of traditions though, like growing up. I think we were a little bit more. Well, we didn't really live near like my mom's family. She didn't grow up in Seattle. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't hate any traditions. We didn't have a lot.
Didn't have traditions. Yeah. Good one. How many more do you have?
That's like it for the questions, and then there's
I
want to do the who
most likely to.
Okay.
What was that?
Who's most likely to?
Okay, all right. So we'll move on here.
This is the segment called "Who's Most Likely to."
Who's most likely to?
Need like a song.
Ding ding ding.
Oh,
that was it.
Ding, ding.
All right.
Oh.
Okay, wait. The first two kind of go hand in hand, though.
All right.
Wait,
how do we
starting with those?
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Those.
Reading it now.
Stop.
I just read it.
Okay.
So
I guess we
you
have
have
to
not
start.
seen these, Sarah.
Okay.
Oh
All
jeez,
right.
this is ridiculous.
Okay, so the who's most likely to is between the kid and parent.
Oh,
So
the kid parent. Okay.
Okay.
Between
So the
the
person asking the question will answer first, and then you guys will answer first between you guys. Is that?
That works.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Cool.
Who's most likely to accidentally poop themselves while farting?
Wow.
I mean, that's not even a question.
It's you.
Yeah, I pooped myself several times in public
Oh,
No, that's
and in bed. Like,
oh my god.
Wow.
That was a little too casual of
maybe
an
that was
answer.
targeted.
Yeah.
yeah, that was The algorithm.
Well, it's
So-
not me.
It's not me. She said, "It's not me."
Oh, it will happen, Maddie.
Oh,
Wait
Yeah,
till
I would say just probably from age.
Yeah, that's what I was.
And my recent hospital visits.
Yeah, that's exactly.
It's most likely to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take the bullet on that one.
Not me.
Okay.
Okay.
It's most likely. Oh, I don't even have to fart to. It's not like a fart is going to.
my
No.
Oh, okay,
Edit.
okay.
Let's not say that.
Who came
ever
up with this
again.
question, Carol? Is that you?
It was on.
Yeah.
We were looking up questions, and that one was on
I
there.
think
We're like,
Maddie chose that question,
yeah,
actually.
of course I did. What do you think?
Jeez.
Yeah. Well, the next one
Fart poop.
is the next one's like
Next one's kind of
the
similar.
same. It's
Yeah.
Who's most likely to fart in public?
I mean, yeah.
We like talking
sure.
about farting.
Yeah.
How old are you?
17. It's
Yeah.
still fun.
Okay, me. Sure. I'll take that one too.
Yeah.
I think it's a tie.
Well, yeah, I probably did today. I don't remember.
I feel like if it gets to the point where you can't really remember,
Then
then
it's
it's
me, yeah.
more like on a probability level. It's
Yeah.
not.
If you're not
If you
sure.
don't even think about it anymore, it's gone. Like, I'm at least conscious, you know.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Okay, you said that it's a tie, but I think that yours would be more obvious. Yeah.
I just learned that you have to.
She's fart
spread-
louder.
No, I do.
Yeah.
I eat more vegetables.
Oh.
Is that a thing?
Any more vegetable? That's true. Yeah.
Beans?
Broccoli.
Wait, I eat no vegetables. So if you eat more vegetables, you will not fart in public.
I don't fart in public.
You? I do.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome. Well,
Great.
those were the kind of two hard hitters
Wow.
to start out
coming
with.
in hot.
It's kind of
Yeah.
yeah.
Next.
You had no shit.
Yeah, that was kind of unhinged. I was like,
Okay, who is most likely to become a millionaire? Well,
Between
I
us?
feel attacked. I don't.
Oh.
Wait, is this you're asking? Between us?
that's
I
how
think
I
out
guess
of the
so.
four of us, there was only one clear winner here.
who's that?
It's not me.
Are we talking about
I
me?
Maddie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's Maddie.
It's
Yeah, I think we
definitely-
all
Cool. Well,
Remember us when you're rich, Matt.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll put you in my will thing.
spent most of my life in nonprofit.
I'll put you in my
Which
list.
means nope.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Unless in this podcast could really take off, guys.
Yeah. I mean, you
This
could
is
drop
the one.
merch.
Yeah.
Get
Who
those
pooped in
sponsorships.
public?
Exactly. You could get like
Poop t-shirts. I like
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
that's great.
Whew. Okay.
All right. Well, oops. Okay, the next question's who's more likely to shoplift?
Now?
Yeah.
Oh.
You wouldn't? Okay,
You.
I have
Maddie.
kind of a hot take on this.
Oh.
I'm kind of an advocate for shoplifting when, and this is kind of risky to say, but I don't
Oh,
really
boy.
care. I haven't ever, I promise. But I feel like for places like Walmart or like Target, like those big stores where it's like they aren't gonna know, they aren't gonna care, and they're probably doing terrible stuff with all the money they have anyways. Like it doesn't really matter.
Maddie.
Like I'm just saying, and I haven't done it. I'm just saying I get
Is this what's
Who
going through your
advocates?
head when you're at Target?
yes, but I don't ever actually do.
Well, they
I'm
have
too scared.
they have money to spare, and they should
Right.
definitely donate.
Right, like it's not gonna really matter. So,
That's like saying, well, that person's terrible. I should murder them.
well, but it's not murdering. It's just taking a Twix bar. It's not like
I don't know.
I said it's a hot take.
It is a hot take.
That's my unpopular opinion.
I'll think about it.
So I guess obviously the answer
But
is
it's
me.
definitely you. Jeez.
Who do you think?
Caroline, are you a thief?
Jeez.
No. I mean, I did shoplift when I was like 5.
See, I haven't even done it.
So you are a thief.
I stole a Hot Wheels car.
No, you also stole something from Claire's.
I did?
Yeah.
Oh, what was it?
You were like 2. You just walked out.
Yeah.
I remember I was at Old Navy once with a pair of gloves, and I started crying because I thought I stole it.
May have walked out.
I think your dad is saying, let's keep that energy.
Yeah.
No, well, you know what? There is like Robin Hood, so
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
That's what
not like it's not like I would never steal from like a small business or like a local store. That's so awful. But like Walmart, what are they gonna do? Terry at the front desk is not gonna care. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not gonna matter. I don't like yes.
What if Terry got a cut in his bonus because you stole?
But I'm not saying like stealing big amounts of things, just like little things here and there.
Yeah, Terry.
It's not gonna matter.
Okay. I don't have to agree.
Yeah. Agree to disagree.
Agree to disagree. Yes.
Agreed.
Oh.
Okay. Who's most likely to spend money on something dumb?
Define dumb.
Me? What? Probably true.
I don't spend my money.
I just bought a shirt off of an Instagram ad that has two kittens, and it says, "Show me your kitties."
I have an entire collection of shirts like that in my closet. I guess it would be me also. Can I show them?
Yes.
I got from the thrift store? Okay.
Yes, Maddie, we went to a little fun town today, a couple hours from here.
The answer, spoiler alert, is me.
So Maddie says she's the winner.
It's the Tasmanian devil and it's huge.
That's
Isn't it awesome? So yeah.
Well, technically you didn't buy it.
That's true. So maybe the answer is you.
Technically
Oh!
because I said.
Yeah.
All right, so who's paying for this, Maddie?
So
you
you
are?
spend your money on something dumb for someone else.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Who's the dummy?
You.
I guess it's me.
So maybe it's a tie.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've made some dumb purchases for sure. Yeah.
I don't spend my money that much.
Yeah, Maddie's pretty. She makes us spend her money.
I mooch off of
She's going to be a millionaire. She's
Yeah.
definitely
Gotta
her money.
save those money.
Yeah.
I'm saving.
That's right.
Who's most likely to get a terrible tattoo? Would you ever get a tattoo?
I would, but it wouldn't be terrible.
Would it be like small?
Yeah, it'd be tiny and.
So probably me.
Yeah.
Dainty.
Yeah.
I get like
kind of
I want tattoos anyway.
Maddie and Max talk about tattoos all the time.
So probably be me.
It'd be Maddie for sure.
Yeah.
What do you
like
want?
the weirdest? Yeah, like what's like the weirdest one that you've seen? Like, ooh, I'd like to get that.
Okay, well, I thought of like a year ago, there was like a Minecraft tattoo that I saw, and I was like, kind of wanting it for a little bit, and then I was like, that's really dumb and not good.
See, this is one of those things we talk about. Like, don't make dumb decisions when your brain hasn't fully formed.
Mm-hmm. So, but that's an example.
Yeah.
It was like a little Minecraft record that they have. And it's like, it just didn't look good.
Okay.
I could see how that would be like quirky.
But not.
Yeah.
Like, not for me.
You would have regretted it.
Yeah. Exactly. So.
For sure, though, Maddie.
Yeah,
yes,
it would be me.
100%.
Okay. Would you get a tattoo? Are you too scared to get a tattoo?
I am, because I would regret it. I changed my mind too much.
Yeah.
I already know that about myself. Would you?
I think I'd think I made up my mind and then get it and then be like, ew. I'd be like,
ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
That's
you should
a
just
good
get
way
a
to put
tattoo
it.
that says ew.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh, makes sense.
No. Yeah.
Oh, I actually like it now.
Oh my.
Accurate.
That's funny.
That is kind of a good idea.
Yeah.
Ew.
I would get a ew tattoo.
Maybe like on
We
your...
should get matching ew tattoos.
Yes. Maybe
Ew,
like
David.
fingers. Yeah. Ew.
You.
Right there on my...
And then it could be like, you turn it around and it says me.
Oh,
there you go. Or like a mom tattoo where it's like upside down.
That was
wow.
smart.
Wow.
Ew,
Wow.
me.
Yeah.
Me.
Me. Meow.
Me. You.
Meow.
Meow. Wow.
Oh, thank you.
Anyway.
Digressing.
Next.
Who is most likely to survive an apocalypse?
Like a zombie apocalypse or like
I think we're both dead.
I think neither of us.
Yeah.
I think I would die and Mom would play dead.
And then die.
And die.
And then
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Or I'd scream so loudly they would just eat me. Yeah.
It's like in a quiet place.
I'd faint and then they'd come get me.
you.
How about you guys?
What do you think?
I'm not super survivory.
I already have my stance on this.
Probably Maddie.
Well, I would say me if I actually wanted to try, but like I've thought about this, and if it was like a global like zombie thing, then it's like, okay, everybody's gonna go eventually. Mm-hmm. They're gonna take over, so you might as well just like get it over with. Don't fight now it. And just like jump off a cliff or something, and like you don't have to succumb to the zombies, and you can just kind of relax. But if I thought there was a chance to actually survive and get through it, then I would like at least try. Maybe I don't know. I'd probably survive.
I think you would survive.
Yeah,
out of the four of us,
you're resourceful.
I could, yeah.
But yeah, she does have that bit. Forget it.
Well, it's like if it doesn't really matter anyway. If it's gonna be like the rest of your life you live like in agony trying to fight these zombies, then there's not really. Like, the quality of life would be in question.
Wow.
You know?
We have deeper discussions to have here.
Yeah, I'm just...
I know, this is a deep question.
Yeah.
But, me.
But we're going to say Maddie. Although I'd really second guess it.
All right, well, next. Who's most likely to be on a TV show? This is kind of broad. I don't know what kind of TV show.
Any TV.
Yeah, like Cops or
like as an actor or on the news. Could be Survivor.
Could be any of
Bachelor.
Any of those, but it's gonna be.
Oh,
well, yeah.
I've aged out.
Yeah, I feel
I've aged out
at this point.
Price is Right.
Yeah, actually.
Wheel of Fortune.
Actually, maybe it would. Price is Right.
Maybe.
Not Jeopardy.
Yeah. No.
Not Jeopardy.
Not that
One of those luck shows where you don't really need any, like...
skill.
What's happening here?
I'm just, you know.
I mean, someone's enjoying this too much.
I feel like Price is Right is a good show.
It is a good show.
There's luck and skill involved.
But yeah, I would still say Maddie. Maddie wins again. I think she's just got a lot going for her. Age.
Yeah. I'm at a good age.
Caroline, definitely.
No, I think you.
What? What would I be on?
You'd be someone, like, you'd be a really silly character.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you would be on a show. Like, as an actor.
Like what show?
Not a reality show.
Not a reality show. Just an actor.
Oh.
Actor.
Mm-hmm.
Fancy.
Right.
That's the end of the...
That's the end?
Who's most likely?
Oh.
And there's like that extra little...
Oh. Ooh, I like this.
These are the ones you made.
Oh. I like this.
Well, that makes sense.
Wow.
These are some really...
Finally, we're getting to the good ones.
It took us an hour.
Really good. Oh, wait. I like them.
Well, look at that.
Oh, my gosh.
So how would
Maddie,
you guys...
how would you describe your dad to your friends? Or how do you?
How do
She does not.
I actually... No, I do.
Oh, okay. Wow. Surprising.
I say that you're kind of like quiet, because whenever my friends come over, they're like,
Oh, no.
yeah, no, they're like, where's your dad? Or like, he's so quiet. I'm like, yeah, he's like quiet at first, but he's like really funny and stuff when you get to know him. But he just doesn't like, he's not very extroverted. I guess let's say you're like introverted, but we have a lot of fun when, usually when people aren't over. It's like, that's a thing. It's like, you don't really interact with any of my friends, because it's like, you just kind of go away. And so I guess that's how, I don't know, quiet.
Okay, my theory on this. So there's strategy. Not strategy. Like, I don't want to embarrass anybody. That's my thing.
That's kind of what I was.
So it's like, some dads are like, come in real loud and abrasive and like try to like be like, that's their shtick, right? It's to like, I'm gonna do everything I can to embarrass you. I'm like, I'm just not gonna be that person, which I'm not anyway. My nature is not that way.
Yeah.
But I think even like I go like to the
opposite,
opposite end of the spectrum.
Your dad even home?
Do you have a dad?
Yeah, I have actually been like not asked that, but it's like, is that your dad? Somebody's asked me like, is that your dad? Because it's like they're not really sure. So.
All right, good to know.
Yeah.
So we can step it up just a little bit.
Yeah,
Lurking in the shadows. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like,
Who's the
who
creepy guy?
is that?
You're like,
He's supposed to be here.
yeah.
So yeah, that's my answer.
Okay, well, good. Great.
What do I say? I say that she's like funny. Yeah, she's funny. She's like, I don't know, she's like funny, smart, and pretty.
Oh.
Are like my three.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, my dad's really funny, smart, and pretty. So.
You should say that.
I will.
Yeah, you can say that.
He's funny, smart, and pretty.
Just for the bit. I will.
Just for the bit. Anything for the bit.
Yeah.
That's the rule. A good answer, Karen.
Yeah, I mean, my friends agree with that.
Oh.
She's the hot mom.
Oh, no.
Whoa.
Wow. Nice.
Okay.
I've only met a few of your friends. So.
Okay, wow.
No.
Just the general consensus between the three of them.
Can I be the smart? How do they know I'm smart? They just have to believe.
Like your advice that you give me.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a really good answer.
I've really dropped the ball, apparently.
No. You're pretty, too. Funny, smart, and pretty.
Oh, it's that guy.
Who's that?
Huh?
Well, so does Daniel have permission to lurk out of the shadows a bit more?
Yes.
Like, he's not going to embarrass
I would
you,
hope
right?
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So glad we got this on the record. That you're not embarrassing.
Hi, guys.
And you're very funny. So you should actually tell more dad jokes around her friends.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. All the dad jokes. Okay. Good. Yeah. I'm glad we cleared that up.
Sarah.
Great question, Sarah.
So, girls, what do you think, or what do you wish more adults understood about teenagers?
I think that they like underestimate like how much we like understand, but then they could sometimes like overestimate, like be like, why did you make that stupid decision? But they'd also be like you should understand this, why don't you understand that? And I feel like they get like confused.
Yeah.
I'm confused listening. Wait, so we over?
No, I feel like, okay, I get what you're saying.
Two.
I feel like a lot.
Yeah.
No, I feel like a lot of us are like pretty well educated in general because of like the amount of resources that we have, It's like when you were a kid, it's like you kind of had a computer and like a phone on the wall maybe, but that doesn't help. Like, you can't like Google something. You have to go in like books and stuff, but like if like with us now, it's like if we want to know anything, we can just look it up. So I feel like we're well educated and that's cool, but at the same time we can be like just idiots and like make dumb decisions still. And so if you see us as like these really smart like people, I guess, sometimes, then it's forgetting that we still have that like young side to us where we're also just dumb. So, I guess.
And I would say too, something that I feel just personally, like even when you said like you have like access to all these resources, I think, resources are, they're great, but is it accurate? Number one, it's like anybody can update Wikipedia.
Right.
Like I can say I'm, Steph Curry's my brother. It's like, well, he's not, but I can say it on Wikipedia and it can be up there for a little bit, So I think there's the danger on the flip side is like so much information that you have to sift through, like what is true, what is not, and that sort of thing. And that's where I think for me as a parent, at least, like trying to come in and give some sort of guide and like giving you freedom to like explore and learn and figure things out. But at the same time, trying to guide to say, okay, like think about it from this, this angle, or, maybe where you're getting your information isn't. And adults do that too. So it's not just teenagers. It's like, I mean, we joke about like, if you leave Fox News on 24/7, you're gonna go one direction, right? Yeah. You're gonna lean one way, whether that's what is true or not. And I don't know how that fit with what.
Well, I think also though, like with school now too, I've had like in my English classes and like digital literacy classes where we're taught how to like analyze resources the right way and like find reliable sources and that kind of stuff. And I don't know did you have to do that as much? Because it's like, did you have that kind of class? Because it's like, do you really need that if all of your sources are like books?
We did, and they were all books, and it was annoying.
Yeah, because I feel like that'd be
go to the
weird.
library and like find all the books.
Oh yeah, you had to go get 10 books.
But I mean,
example,
like,
and
you have to get like, did you get taught in your classes like what you can use?
Oh,
and because like
reliable,
right, as like a source on our essays, and because that's
it's opinion,
or for like news sources, we have to use like a in the middle, like we can't use a leaning left or leaning right news, like we have to use something politically neutral or that kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
That's interesting. Yeah.
I think like a lot we're like taught that now, maybe is something that you might not understand either.
Yeah.
Good.
That's really good.
Oh, yeah.
You guys are so smart. We're so dumb. We only had telephones on the wall.
And books.
And silly books. No, that's good. That's really good. Okay.
Why don't you pick?
I'll just pick. I'm
geared towards.
All right. I'll pick the last two. Is that okay? And then we'll wrap it. Yeah. I'm gonna take over.
That's so
nice. I'm gonna be a.
I know.
Lurking in the shadows.
That's an.
I'm here. Yeah. What makes a parent fun? What makes a parent fun? Maddie, you first.
I feel like you guys are very fun parents. So
Didn't sound like it.
No, that's not what I said. I said you are quiet when you're with my friends.
Oh yeah.
Not like boring. Anyway, I said you were fun when you were with us.
Yeah.
I literally. That's exactly what I said.
Anyway.
You're just hearing all the negatives.
That's true. I do hear the negatives.
Okay.
I will think about that for days.
They're both, like, you and Mama are both really fun. I feel like we do so much. Like, and that's a hard thing to say, though, because I know a lot of people aren't, like, able to do as much as we are. So I'm, like, really grateful for that. But I think, like, just setting aside time to spend, like, as a family, even if it's not, like, going on trips, just, like, hanging out together and playing board games, which we know you love. And, I don't know. I think, like, quality time, doing stuff that everybody enjoys, I guess. I like going on trips.
Yeah. Good answer.
Wait, are we talking about, like, our parents or, like,
in general?
Our parents?
What makes a
parent
fun? Sure. Whatever.
Because, like, my parents are fun, but, like...
Yeah, whatever. Whatever you feel like.
I don't know.
But what?
The
but,
floor
like,
is yours,
when-
Caroline.
But like my friends' parents, like sometimes they're like not fun. But
Oh.
like
Keep going.
what makes my friends' parents fun is like if they have something to do.
Like a fun event.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
there's like a plan or like a structure.
Okay.
So like
Structure is
it's
fun.
not just like yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not, you're not just sitting there awkwardly.
Yeah, or if they like I don't know, have something interesting to
Caroline,
talk to.
yeah, Caroline likes talking to like parents.
Oh.
You do.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you're like, I like Susan Riley's mom. I can hold a
Ooh.
conversation with her.
Oh.
Yeah, you're gonna be that mom, soccer mom,
That soccer mom.
talking to the parents.
Nice.
Well, when I'm a soccer mom, I will be a parent.
So like you both said events and like
Yeah.
some activities.
Doing stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I like staying busy, I guess. I don't like being bored. Being bored.
So
I don't like being bored either.
Oh, you want us to entertain you guys?
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Little entertainers.
Yes.
You walk around the house and
Entertain me.
yes.
That's funny.
That is funny.
Okay, this is the last one, and then we'll wrap things up. Do you think that we would have been friends in high school?
Ooh, that's a good one. Okay.
Why or why not?
Is this like if you were now or if
I think the parents should
Yeah,
answer
yeah,
this
Maddie.
one.
Are you gonna be friends with a 40-something?
No, I mean like if I went in like the 90s or like if you were a teenager today.
Right.
Because I feel like that changes things.
Well, I don't
what do
know
you
what you guys are like.
Yeah.
Okay, let her. Okay.
Well, which
let's we can go from both angles and then kind of
okay.
see. So, let me ask this though. Like, Sarah, how do you think you would be now as a teenager?
I mean, I feel like how I am as a parent.
Yeah.
What?
That face.
I would do that. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I guess that answers my question. I feel we would
You'd
be
be
friends.
like a parent as a teenager?
Well, like my same energy. Yeah, no, my vibe. My vibe. My vibe.
Okay.
I was pretty similar in high school.
So now?
Yeah. And I think we would be friends. Sorry, I just hijacked that. Ours is an easy answer, I feel like. Do you agree? Yeah, we
I
would.
feel like it's different for us because, like, I don't know.
Well, I was thinking about that question earlier though too, because I do feel like I'm not the same as I was in high school. I'm probably more laid back, more kind of quiet.
So you were like,
I wasn't like crazy by any means, but I definitely liked to have fun and was more. I was the person that was like friends with everybody in some capacity. Like I got along with everybody really well. I wasn't like best friends with everybody, but playing sports and that, I was in a lot of activities and that sort of thing, and so I was just constantly around people where I'm not as much like that.
I feel like since me and Mama have like similar personalities, we would have gotten along well. If I was in like the same friend group, I feel like we would have been.
We would have been like.
I feel like we would.
Okay,
friends. We would have been like if we were in a
friendly,
group, then we would be like fine with each. I don't think we would ever like hang out on because. Well, also if we're talking about back then, it's like I feel like you didn't really. I don't know, like girl friends were like it was kind of weird
back then.
Just girl that you would hang out with if you're like a guy, because we've talked about that before. How it was like weird for you to have like other girlfriends without people being like, "Ooh, do you like her?" Mm-hmm. So I don't know.
But yeah,
right.
Yeah, I still did though.
All right.
I mean, I've always been a little bit like that. Like. Again, it was just getting along with everybody.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
So,
yeah. I feel like we would have been friends, but not like best friends.
Probably not.
Like friendly. Friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Friendly.
Yeah. I feel like me and Mama would have been like, what do you think? Like,
I think.
Yeah,
do you think we would like clash back then? Or do you think we would be
think you could have. I think clash is probably a strong word, but I think you could have like butted heads a little bit. You're so similar.
Yeah. It's hard to have like two of the same person.
So you guys would like. Here's what I admit. At some point, before I came along and stole your mother away from her boyfriend, you guys would have liked the same guy or something, and like you would have gotten really mad at her, and she would have been like,
well, it doesn't. He's not yours.
I don't care what you think.
Yeah.
And then it would have been a whole thing. Not like ugly, but it just would have been this undercurrent where you guys like.
Yeah, I could
it wouldn't
see
have
that.
like blown up into this big thing, but there would be like this underlying like tension.
That's so weird to think about.
That's my predict. That's
Yeah, that makes sense. It like makes too much sense. You know, like I can really envision it in my head.
Well, you know what though, because Max is pretty quiet, and you and Max are very good friends. So
Yeah, me and Max
would have been
friends.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Max,
yeah,
yeah.
So you might have been friends with your dad.
I feel like it's different though with me and Max because we kind of had to be friends growing up because we were always just not with each other. So then we like became better friends. But I feel like if it was just me and you and we didn't like grow up together, then it would be hard to like become friends.
I think too, like I was super into sports. That was it. You know, not that wasn't it. That was a lot of what I spent most of my time with.
If I was in choir with you, we would have been friends.
Maybe. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not.
So many paths to take, you know. But I'm more intrigued about you and your mom fighting over
a guy
over some dude. That's funny to me. And kind of creepy.
Yeah, it's like
that's very Back to the Future of you.
Yeah, that's exactly what it sounds
Should
like.
watch that.
This is getting into some interesting lines.
So that's where we cut it there.
Call it. Yep.
Well, this has been lovely. I don't know. Yeah, I've a lot to take in.
What like? To look back on.
All right, so let's wrap it up. Sarah, like, what's your takeaway from this?
I think it was super enjoyable. I think parents and kids don't really ever get to have a structured kind of conversation like this, and it was good. I like it. Part 2.
For me, I've learned to be not so creepy.
See, I told you he focuses. That's the one thing he's gonna hang on to for the rest, of the month, probably.
At least until vacation. Yep. Don't be so creepy.
Oh my gosh.
So you need to auto-tune it into like a little clip.
Yeah. I took that away. No. That was the main thing.
Okay.
But that's not it. If nothing else, for me, like my hope in this is that as people listen, it's good to encourage parents and their kids to sit down and talk.
Yeah.
Like to have fun conversation, interesting. I mean, even if some of it's meaningless, even if some of it hurts your feelings, it's okay.
What?
I'm kidding.
Oh my
Jeez.
God.
I'm kidding. Definitely kidding. Mostly.
Yeah.
No, it's just good to have dialogue. That's the most important thing in my opinion in parenting. Like we've talked about, you can set rules in place. You can try to add structure. You can even try to do fun events. But if you're not having like open conversations, like that's where real like relationship grows. That's where you can have those like teaching moments, because it's so true that the more that you spend time together and talk about things, like that's where you can really learn and grow. And that's my hope as a parent, and I know that is for you too. So fun stuff.
You don't know what I learned?
Well, oh yeah, I do want to. Maddie said she learned something.
I learned that Sarah is the most likely out of the four of us to accidentally poop themselves when they. That's what I learned.
I thought we already knew that though.
I didn't. I had no idea. That's my takeaway.
My second takeaway is that anytime you want to take it serious, then Maddie has to mention poop.
Yes. Yeah. Or farts.
Anyway, great to see you both. Thank you, Caroline, for joining us. See you guys for part 3, maybe. We'll do a part 3 sometime. Great job. Bye!
Bye.